Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day, and today I will be talking about the 10 books that I want to read in 2020. I know that I am very late to do this list, but I will do it anyways because I've taken a little break in January, so I'm back on track. I hadn't actually made a list of books that I wanted to read, so making one maybe will help me to actually do the list. We'll see how it goes. The first book that I want to read is the only book, let's remind ourselves that it's the only book that I have not right now in my hands. All of the other books I already have. I don't need to buy other books to satisfy myself. But we all know how this goes. So the first book that I want to read in 2020 is Imagine Me by Tahereh Mafi. Of course, because if you've been around my channel for a little bit, even just a little bit, you will know that the Shadow Me series is my favorite series of all time. And the last book is coming out this March. I don't remember when exactly in March, but it's coming very soon. And the second it comes out, I'm buying it and I'm reading it, and I will make a review about it because it's the end and it's sad, but I'm really excited to see how everything is going to go down. The second book that I want to read in 2020 is not a particular book, but I would like to read any Morgan Matson book because right now I have two in my hands. I have The Unexpected Everything and Save the Date. And so just reading at least one of the two would be pretty nice because I have been having these bad boys for a very long time on my shelves and they just look like such good summer books, and I'm planning on reading them in June or July or August or maybe September, but like this summer. I really hope so. Now let's dive into my third section because it's not a book, but I really want to read, and I bring it every year. I bring it back every year. A classic book, because I have way too many that I still haven't read, and I don't know why I still haven't read them because they're all here. What is wrong with me? So let's see quickly what we got. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Hawthorne. Don't know. The Iliad and The Odyssey by Homer. Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And finally, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. So you can understand how many books I have that are classic books and that I still haven't read. And I don't know why, because they look amazing and everybody, they are classics, so you have to read it because it's a classic. Duh. Moving on to my fourth book, which is actually a book. It is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I've been having this book on my shelf for at least 2 years, and it's not a good look. I absolutely love the Grisha trilogy, and I know that it's in the same universe, and I don't know why it's not happening. I don't have the other book though. Maybe that's why I'm like kind of reticent to read it, because I would like to have Crooked Kingdom like sitting just beside it, so when I finish it I can actually move right to the other one. But that's not an excuse, so I have to read it to have the chance to actually read the other book. My fifth book is actually a trilogy. It is his Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman. So the first book is The Golden Compass, which has been adapted into a movie, is getting a Netflix adaptation, I believe also. It's a lot of things happening, and I have seen the movie, and that's how I first heard of this story. But when I realized that it was a book series, I was like, oh my god, I need to read this, because it looks, well, the movie was amazing. I loved the world building, the story was so interesting, and so I got myself the 3 books. That is right, folks. I have the 3 books at home, just sitting on my shelves, and I still haven't read any. I'm really sorry. I will read you all because you look so amazing. It's going to happen. It will happen this year. 2020 is my year. Yes. The 6th book that I got for you is Shake Hands with the Devil by Roméo Dallaire. I have the French version because I speak French. For those who don't know what this story is about, it is about the Lieutenant General Roméo Dallaire, who was French. No, he was Canadian. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. He was French Canadian and he went into the army. And he is one of the only people with his division who went in Rwanda. And I don't know if that's how you say that word. Rwanda. This is basically about his troop going to Africa to help the people in Rwanda and discovering actually a civil war with genocide, with nobody helping. The UN was completely careless. They didn't care about the people, they didn't care about the war, they did not help anyone, and he and his division were most of the only people who tried to help the civilians. So they say the war made more than 800,000 deaths and over 3 million wounded and refugees. This is some shit, okay? So this is a huge book, by the way, but I'm really excited to read it this year because I bought it like probably 5 years ago, and it's crazy because I want to read it. I want to learn more about what happened, and I'm not doing it. So this needs to change, and I will change. And I say that every year. So for the 7th book, I have a section, another section, I know, because I really want to read a nonfiction book, because I have some books that are nonfiction that have been standing on my shelves for a really long time, and I have these 6 books that are basically about marketing and business, but I really want to read them because it's in my field of study, and I just think that it could be good knowledge to have. My 8th book is also a section. It is my graphic novel section because I have 2 series that I still haven't finished, and I just want to finish those 2 because I do not intend on starting new series because it would mean buying new books, and I don't want to do that. But I would really like to finish The Wicked and the Divine by Gillian McKelvey, Wilson and Cowles, because I have read the first 4 volumes, I believe, and there are like, I don't even know, like 8. And I also want to finish Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Unfortunately, this is an ongoing series, and the 9th volume is coming out soon, so I'm not going to finish it soon, but I would like to get to the 9th volume soon because I love this series, and it's really funny because I have the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 7th volume. I don't have the 5th, and so I'm like stuck at the 4th, and I have to buy the 5th. And I just haven't done it. So I have the 6th and 7th volume, but I can't read them, so I make good choices in life, good buying choices. I would say so. The 8th book that I really want to read in 2020 is actually a book, and it is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I feel like it's a shameful day because I just keep pointing out all the books that I still haven't read. But I still haven't read it, and I want to read it because it looks amazing and people have been raving about it, and the 2nd book has come out. The 3rd book is on its way. I don't even know, but it's so beautiful. The cover is incredible, and just because of that, whenever I see it on my shelf, I'm just like, oh, it's so beautiful. I could just take it and read it right now. And I don't do it. Why don't I do it? I don't even know. And finally, my last book. It is a duology, but I would like to start with the first book. That would be a great start. It is Wolf by Ryan Groding, and if you have been watching my channel for a few months, I have started this book in November or December, and I was totally not in the mood for a historical fiction. I was in the mood for like a cheesy romance fiction, so I started it and I was like, this is too much. I cannot deal with this on Christmas season. So I put it down, and I'm trying to find a right time to read this, and I'm hoping that this year I will get a right time to read it because it looks so good. And I'm not going to talk again about what it is. I'm just going to say that it is about a parallel universe where Hitler would have won the war, the Second World War, and it looks just amazing, and I cannot wait to read this book because it needs to happen. I have the 2nd book with me, so I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'm just, oh, look at that. I'm on chapter 4. So that's sad because I'm gonna have to read it again from the beginning because I don't remember a thing that happened in this book. So that was it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me down below if there are any of the books that I showed, if there are any that I should read first, or if you have any other recommendations. I would really like to know. So that is it. I will see you guys next week. Goodbye.